King David was running for his life. His own son had stolen his throne. His closest allies had betrayed him. His most trusted friends had walked away, but the one man who refused to leave was his enemy. I want you all to sit and learn a big lesson from this interesting story. King David had built the greatest kingdom Israel had ever seen. He had defeated giants, conquered nations, and united a divided people under one crown. He had the throne, the palace, the loyalty of an entire nation, and the blessing of God written over every chapter of his life. And then, in one devastating season, his own son Absalom took it all. Absalom had not moved quickly. He was too intelligent for that. He had spent years quietly and deliberately stealing the hearts of the people of Israel. Every morning he would sit at the city gates, listening to the grievances of ordinary people, placing his hand on their arms, and whisper to them that their king no longer cared about them, that he, Absalom, would give them the justice they deserved, that he would be a better king. He built his following slowly, strategically, and without David ever seeing it coming, until one day he had enough people behind him to make his move, and at the moment he declared himself king. A messenger ran to David and said to him, "The hearts of the people of Israel are with Absalom," and has declared himself king. And David, the man who had walked into the valley of Elah as a teenager with nothing but a sling and an unshakable faith, the man who had never run from any enemy in his entire life, now had to flee Jerusalem in the middle of the night, with nothing but a small group of loyal servants and whatever they could carry on their backs. As David walked out of the city he had spent his life building, the Bible says he was weeping. He was barefoot, his head was covered in grief, and the people of Israel, the very people he had protected, provided for, and led for decades, watched him leave in silence. Officials who had served in his court for years watched and said nothing. Men who had received their titles from his hand and built their entire lives under the prosperity of his reign stayed behind, waiting to see which way the wind would blow. David paused on the road just outside Jerusalem and looked back at the small group of people who had chosen to follow him into the unknown, and among them he noticed something that stopped him where he stood. There was a man named Ittai, leading 600 soldiers in perfect formation, marching behind the exiled king with the kind of discipline and loyalty that the situation did not call for and nobody had asked of him. Ittai was not an Israelite. He was a Gittite, a man from the city of Gath, the same city that had produced Goliath. He was, by every historical, cultural, and political definition, David's enemy, a Philistine, a foreigner, a man who had no ancestral covenant with Israel. He had no reason to follow a king in exile when he could simply walk back into Jerusalem and offer his 600 soldiers to Absalom. Nobody would have questioned it. David stopped him on the road and looked at him directly, and what David said in that moment revealed the genuine depth of his character, even in the middle of his own devastation. "Why are you coming with me? Go back and return to the city. You arrived only recently, and you are a foreigner in exile. You owe me nothing. The situation is uncertain, and I do not know where I am going or what tomorrow holds for me. Go back, and may the Lord show you kindness and faithfulness." David was giving him a way out.